23, no degree, failed college twice, no job, never had a girlfriend. What? This is going to be crazy. So this came across my notifications, you guys. Yeah, sorry. This came across my notifications, and I thought this would be an interesting video. So we're going to read this first together, you guys. First, let me kind of introduce myself. My name is Trey. If you guys have been here for a minute, we're just going to kind of get right into it. You'll learn a lot more about me throughout the videos. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. 23, no degree, failed college twice, no job, never have a girlfriend. I suspect I have OCD, ADHD, and anxiety, and it's fucking me up every single day. The only thing I like the most in this world is music and video games. Wow. Let me go ahead and kind of talk about something real quick about this right here. Okay, so first, there's two things about this that we're going to break down real quick, and this is the way that I think about things, right? Because I'm someone that literally came from nothing. I was fat, bow-legged, pigeon-toed, asthmatic, and I changed my life around to becoming him, you know, like type shit. So first is music and video games. It's the only thing you like. Those are the easiest, low-level, low-effort things you could ever do that has high dopamine. Music is nothing to just go on YouTube, go on fucking Spotify, whatever, listen to some music and play some video games, you guys. That's the lowest energy like type of things ever. But he already knows that. That's why he mentioned it. So I'm not gonna really tap into that too much because everyone enjoys music and video games for the most part. The one thing that I want to talk about is OCD, ADHD, and anxiety. This right here is something that I'm gonna give you guys a gift, right? The gift I'm giving you is a way to define and interpret these types of things. And I was just driving the other day and I was thinking about this anxiety. It's such a, like that Doechii song. I was like, bro, this is such a terrible word. And I was driving to go to the track, and I was looking at chat. I was thinking about ChatGPT, and like, man, I really use AI so much. It's crazy. Anytime that I'm feeling uncertain about something, I go to ChatGPT and I ask it what it thinks. And then I thought about it, I'm like, man, what did I used to do before? I can't imagine that. I used to sit through my fucking thoughts and have to sort through them to make sense of what the fuck I was doing. Let me say that one more time. Before ChatGPT, before it had something that could just completely tell you everything that was going on, right? I actually had to sit. You had to actually sit in your thoughts. Some people call it overthinking. I call it analyzing all the things that happen for an experience or situation. You learn from it. You extract from it. And when you use words like anxiety or OCD or ADHD, you just put a fucking label on it and you completely bypass the opportunity to dig deeper with these feelings that you have, you guys. Words are so important because this is one of the main ways that not only separates us from animals, but this is the conduit from one soul to another soul. This is how we're all able to play this fucking game together, you guys. We're in this game of life together, and you use your words. The way that you use your words is art, bro, and it's really magical. That's why they call it spelling. You know what I'm saying? That's at least that's how I see it. So when you use words like anxiety, ADHD, and OCD, they may be very real things, but you don't just stop there. Go past it. Try to understand what's causing you anxiety, huh? Is it because you know you should be doing something that you're not doing, right? Is it because you know you did something that you shouldn't have done, right? Is it because you don't feel you didn't prepare enough for an interview? Is it because you haven't had enough experience? There's so many things that contribute to anxiety, OCD. Like, these are just umbrella terms that really prevent a lot of people from being able to critically think. And so I'm all about self-awareness and becoming a better person, you guys. So boom. He says, I want to create music and video games, but sometimes I feel very incompetent while doing it since I realize I am not good enough, or do I have the ability to stick with something, even if it's the thing I'm passionate about, before resorting to the spiral loop of thinking of why, what am I doing this for? Why am I born here? Why I am who I am? Why should I work hard if nothing matters anyway? If none of what I do matters anyway? If what I make will not change a single thing in my life anyway? That kind of sounded like the manifesto of the Columbine shooters, you guys. That kind of, if you didn't read that, if you don't know much about that, I suggest you look into it, man. I think this is what they call the black pill. What's the purpose? What's the reason? I mean, if you really think about it like that, you guys, here's how this is the way I think about it, right? You either gonna play the game or you're not. You either gonna play the game or you're not, or you can just coast. You only got 3 fucking options. You only got 3 options in life. You gonna play the fucking game to win because you're gonna beat people. You love video games. Why don't you use the fucking video game theory for life? What? It is so easy. I played video games since I was like fucking 2. I love video games as well. And bro, like, come on, man. It's all about what's in your head. People, we can see the same thing and think 2 completely fucking opposite spectrum type shit. You know what I mean? One person sees something as, oh, I shouldn't live life. There's no point in being ambitious and accomplishing goals. And I'm looking at it like, damn. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. And when I do it, let me see. I could probably split it up, clip it into a content. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me do it in front of them girls, too. I think that, hey, watch. Once I drain this shot, I'm going to go talk to her, too. Be like, hey, like what you see, shorty? Yeah. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's so many different ways to look at shit, man. And like, you choose what you entertain. You choose what you entertain, man. So that's what I got to say to that. He said, I ponder these existential questions too much, and I've come to the conclusion that there's no answer yet. I keep searching for it as if there is. Bro, there is no answer. You make definition of life. That's the secret. You make the fucking decision on what life should be. You decide. You are the painter. Sometimes it's not the most beautiful picture, but that's how you get better. You just fucking do it. Just do it. You learn from it, erase it, start over again. Do another one. Boom. You don't like it, or it looks better than the last one, but it's not perfect, so boom, erase it. Do it again. Now you know, you learn this shit, bro. You make meaning of life. There is no fucking meaning. Boom, there it is. There is no meaning to life, you guys. There is no fucking meaning to life. You make the meaning for it. You make meaning for life. Boom. There you go, you guys. Personally, in my personal opinion, I think life is about family. It's about creating a legacy, and I think it's about people. I think that's really what it's about, man. So let's get back to it. He said, I have so many quote unquote enlightenments, as in I know what's wrong with my life, but no matter how much I change it, at the core, I am still that person. My brain and body will do the same thing again, no matter how much I try to escape the feeling I'm in. I thought if I changed something in my life, something would change, but I'm still the same person overall. The overly anxious, low self-esteem, depressed, lonely guy. If something changed in my life, the problem would change, but the feeling remains the same. He's having imposter syndrome, bro. Here's the situation behind it. You're trying to take on too much at one time, man. You got to tackle certain things and then once you get better at juggling shit, you can add more stuff to it, bro. You got to do one thing. That's why people come to my channel, people like, why you always talk about fitness? Why you always talk about, because it is the easiest, the lowest effort, the freest thing that you could do to practice self-control. This has the lowest barrier of entry for self-control and discipline. This is like a fucking if you do tycoons, this is something that you just kind of like you really max this shit out, because once you max it out, it just works passively. Your body is better. You know, not only is your body better, you're processing things better. You move differently. Your dopamine is hitting. It allows you more freedom and more creativity to think about other things. And then, boom, you accomplish your little fitness goals. And then, boom, you move to the next thing. And then to the next thing. Work on your depression. Work on you know what I'm saying? You depressed. Okay, well, how about going out more? Oh, you don't like going out? Okay, well, what about drinking liquor? Oh, you don't want to drink liquor? Okay, well, then shit. Fucking go get some tea. Go to a tea shop. Go get some tea. Sit on a little bench and scroll on Twitter. And occasionally people watch. Boom. There you go. I just gave you an answer right there. Boom. 23. You should have a car, right? He said he doesn't have a job. Go get a fucking job, nigga. Go get a job. What are you talking about, bro? What the fuck you too, bro? You too broke to be fucking doing this shit, man. Hell no. Hell no. Go get a, bro. Like, that oversees everything. Go get a fucking job, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? And if you don't have a job, go fucking running outside or something. Like, come on, dude. Go do some push-ups, man. And I'm not trying to be a dick or an asshole about things, but You got to have an aggression, and you got to have some confidence, and dare I say cockiness behind the way that you live your life, especially if it's the right way. Because this type of mentality that I have, oh my God, don't you think I have so much friction from family and friends all around me, from the world that I live in, from people that come on motherfucking channel talking about, oh, but you ain't doing it, oh, but you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much negativity in this world. You got to really believe and own what you believe in, man. You got to, like, let me say that one time. You got to truly believe in what you believe in and own it. You know what I mean? So anyways, about the OCD, it makes me feel like I'm living my life on a loop, and it's fucking me up. I keep checking things because if not, I feel very anxious. And when I want to check it, I also feel very anxious. And it happens very irrationally and happens in almost circumstances. You know what I really think? And I may be wrong about this, but I just think you need more shit to do. Like, you know, like sometimes it's that simple. You just need more shit to do. You need more responsibilities. And no one's gonna tell you if you don't want someone to control your life. I will absolutely control your life. I could tell you what to do with your time. How about this, man? There's so many motherfuckers out here that don't know what to do with their time. Come to me. I will tell you what to do. I know what I can do with your time. I know what I can do with your time. Hit me up if you need something to do. You bored like this guy? Hit me up. I can put your ass to work, man. We can, and you will be better. You will make me better, richer, better. You know what I mean? And I will make you better in the process. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about, man? He says, and so it happens very irrationally. It happens in almost 6 says. Mostly, it's about recalling an experience that I have in life, and I try to validate it if it actually happened or not. Or sometimes it's fucked up and intrusive incest thoughts that I deeply hate. Yo, my nigga threw that in there like, whoa, we got a freak. No, I'm just kidding. This is very, 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 very vulnerable, and I like this kind of shit, man. I like this shit right here. So, incestual thoughts, you guys. Let's kind of talk about this, right? These types of thoughts, dare I say, are natural. Acting on it, that's something that's a little bit different. And what I mean by natural is that when you're with the opposite sex, family, friends, whatever, you guys are two different genders. You're two different genders. And things can happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, what I mean by things can happen is like you're compatible physically, right? When you're, especially family, you're around this other gender all the time, right? And sometimes, dare I say, your sister or your brother is actually fucking making themselves better. They're actually caring about life. They're beautiful. They look good. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have enough going on in your life, or you know, this sound like this guy, I think it's not improbable and it's not too far-fetched to think that that's where his mind has gone, because he doesn't have a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have other outlets, and he doesn't work out, man. Come on, you guys. I think it's the dopamine, but slightly turned on when I'm sprinting, right? When I'm like dead ass tired and the sun is just beating. I'm just sweating and my head's starting to hurt a little bit. That second wind kind of kicks in. Euphoria. Oh my God, that feels so good. To me, that's similar to a sexual release a little bit. And so this guy doesn't have, I have other outlets. I'm not thirsty. I don't have to be thirsty. I got so many other things that I'm doing in my life. I got so many other things that require attention. And in fact, and if anything, I have to make a separate video about this, but sex has become completely different for me nowadays, you guys. It's become something completely different for me. So that's really interesting. But recalling experiences, man, honestly, I think we all do that. You gotta live life like a fucking anime villain, bro. Like some of these anime villains literally have some fucked up shit that happened to him. Itachi, bro. Let me talk about Itachi real quick. Itachi had one of the most fucked up childhoods in all of like fucking like anime history that I think of. Motherfucker was a genius, a super genius, fucking like Jonin level at age 9. They had him out doing some crazy ass assassinations as a little ass kid, and he was so good and so strong that at like 11 years old, the fucking secret government of the Hidden Leaf told him to eliminate his entire clan. They told him to kill his entire clan at like 11. And he did it for the fucking village because he was so loyal. And he kept his brother alive, Sasuke. Bro, you could turn your pain into actual power. Bro, that's one thing I love to do. And that's one thing that has made me who I am today. You need to turn your painful experiences that you can never redo it. So take the pain and own that shit, man. Let that shit fuel you. I use all my pain, all the shit that I've had done wrong in me that made me feel so terrible. And I let that shit out when I'm running sometimes, when I'm in like, you know what I mean? Even when I'm trading and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it just, you gotta have a way to let that out, man. So that's all I want to say about that. I also have this what if I didn't do it syndrome, where I want to see if I didn't do the things that I should do in my life, what will happen. I want to see how worse it can get. It's fucked up, but it's comforting. That's so fucking interesting and fucking terrible, bro. This is the type of shit that will cause school shooters to do some crazy shit. But I had an experience just like this before. I was 16 to 18. I was in a very experimental, fucking just drugged out lifestyle, you guys. It was crazy. When I think about it, man, I was man. But anyways, I went to go see After Earth and that movie with Will Ferrell, the Hell movie, End of the World. Man, and I took acid, bro. I took some fucking acid, and I was tripping balls the whole time, and it was the best thing I've ever experienced. When I think about it, man, I'm like, and it was a drive-in movie theater, so the screen was huge, and we were smoking, bro. So one time I had to go to the restroom. And so I'm thinking I'm like, you know what? For some reason, because I can still function when I'm on acid, but for some reason I was like, you know what? What if I just went into the girls' restroom and I did that shit? And I was like, oh shit, I'm stopping. Like I actually did it. And like, it was so like, I don't know. I know what that feeling he's talking about. We all have it. It's that intrusive thoughts, but acting on it sometimes is, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I think that it's really hard to say because those intrusive thoughts can sometimes lead you into, if you don't have a good intuition, I don't know what to tell you, man. If your intrusive thoughts are telling you to do some crazy shit, man, maybe you just shouldn't be here. I'm sorry to say, I don't know. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, or maybe you just shouldn't, like, maybe you need a little more help, right? You need to be a little bit more open to receiving help. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should kind of drop some of the preconceptions, the prejudices that you have of certain people. Because I look at it like this, man. It can't get any worse than coming, bro. Go to the fucking hood, bro. Go to the hood, man. Like if you go to the lowest of the low of people and their quality of life, you really start to realize your life really ain't that fucking bad. And you can actually learn how to have that mental strength from the people at the very bottom to apply to your life in better circumstances than they have. And then boom, you can level up a little bit, man. So things I love to do, like watching films, listening to music, and play video games, is all temporary happiness, even if it's something that's great and profound and an experience that I really love. It actually doesn't change anything in my life. I'm still the same person overall. It's like when I did magic mushrooms or ketamine or some drugs that should open your mind. That feeling only lasts about a week or two, and then I'm back again to my old self. Because you didn't do it right, man. You like, what are you doing it for? That's really important, man. I did shrooms like 8-9 times, man, and every single time I had an intention behind it. If you just doing shit just to do it, yeah, bro, you're wasting time. Dare I say, man, you're just kind of, and so because if you're doing it to do it and you learn from what you just did, because you just did it, you know what I mean? Then it's good. You learned something from it. But like, it doesn't sound like you learned anything from these fucking experiences, bro. So what the fuck were they for? What was it for? This is where I'm saying, like, you make meaning of the life that you live. You make meaning of the circumstances, the situations, the reactions of other people. Like, you define it. Focus on your inner vocabulary in your life is gonna fucking change, bro. Never been in a relationship. Every time I try to get a relationship, I become too obsessed and overly anxious that whatever person do controls all of my life emotions and feelings, and then I sabotage myself because I feel I'm not worth enough to bring that person life to me. Mental clarity, Brody. Like, what the fuck? I don't quite understand what you're like. I get the emotionalism behind it, but I don't really understand what you're talking about. Like, I don't get it. I've never been in a relationship. Every time I try to get in a relationship, I become too obsessed and overly anxious that whatever person does controls all of my whatever person that does controls all of my emotions and feelings. And then I sabotage myself because I feel I am not worth enough to bring that person life to me. Okay. What I would say, man, I don't think so there's 3 levels to it. You either just are like him and you don't know what you bring. 2, you have an idea. You know what I mean? Like, shit, this is what I bring. You know what I mean? I know I'm bringing this. She either gonna like it or she not. Or 3, you know what you bring. And there's no debate about it. There's no debate about it. No, this is what I bring. I'm stepping my fucking foot down. The second level is a bit non-negotiable. And then the bottom level that where he's at is just like, I don't know what I bring. You just sabotage yourself. Tripping, Brody. So I don't really have much advice behind that besides everything else I already said. He said, when I'm doing something that should be productive, I feel like I'm betraying my real self, the comfort me, the it's all worthless to me. When I'm not doing these things that's productive, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I don't even know why I write this post because it won't change anything in my life. I just know it. Yeah, bro, this is a mentality, man. This is a mentality. And here's the thing behind it, bro. People say that it's not, like, you shouldn't change. No, you absolutely should fucking change, bro. I changed myself, like, I change different aspects of myself every so fucking few months type shit, right? The inner mechanisms of what drives me, that takes a little bit more time to change. The inner mechanisms of what drives you on a day-to-day basis, that requires a lot more care, intention, quality. If you're building yourself, if you need to change who you are from the inside, your quality of the products or the building blocks, whatever it is that you're going to use to recreate yourself, needs to be high quality. And so you've got to be a lot more selective with what you allow to change you. I say all that to say, life can and does change. No matter whether or not you want to play the game or not, life is going to continue to go on and things are going to decay around you. So you got to get to going, Brody. You got to get to going. There's no other alternative. Sometimes it's nice to just chill and watch shit go by, but you can't spend too much time doing that, man. You cannot spend too much time doing that. You got to get up and you got to start walking. Crawl if you fucking got to. Anything is better than just standing still or worse, going backwards. You know what I mean? With that being said, man, it's your brother Trey. What do you guys think about this, man? What advice would you guys give to homie there, bro? Yeah, man. And I'm gonna say one morbid thing real quick too, right? I'm gonna say one morbid thing real quick, you guys. I love more men are feeling like this. I love that more men and more guys, the younger generation, are thinking like this. Because y'all are weeding yourselves out. You're making it so much easier to stick out, to stand out, to be different. You're making it so easy. So keep it up. Keep sabotaging yourself. I try to help out. I try to help out. I'm giving you guys the fucking gems. I'm telling you how I see life. And I tell you why I see it that way. I'm no different than you guys. I just changed and adapted. I learned. It feels good to say that, but yeah. To you guys out there who don't have the best mindset, keep it up, man. You don't need to change. Stay yourself. Stay yourself. Leave the world and the treasures. Leave that shit to us. Leave that shit to me. Yeah, leave that shit to me, man. Yo.